Hello students, today we will study about the elevation of boiling point. Yesterday we studied that on adding a non-volatile solute to a solvent, its vapor pressure decreases. If vapor pressure will decrease, it means to make its vapor pressure equal to the atmospheric pressure so that it can boil, we have to supply more heat to it. It means its boiling point will increase when there is lowering in the vapor pressure, and vapor pressure lowers on adding a non-volatile solute to a solvent. See, what is the boiling point of any liquid? It is a temperature at which the equilibrium vapor pressure of a liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. When the vapor pressure of that liquid it becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, that particular temperature is called the boiling point of that liquid. The increase in the boiling point of a solvent, when a non-volatile solute is added to a solvent, its boiling point increases. We have to give higher temperature or more heat to that solution to raise its vapor pressure equal to the atmospheric pressure so that it can boil. It means on adding the non-volatile solute to a solvent, the boiling point of that solvent it increases, and that is called the elevation of boiling point for that particular liquid. Now we will see a graph. Graphically we will see, like suppose this is showing the vapor pressure and this is the temperature. This first curve it is showing, it is for the pure solvent. Pure solvent means this solvent it is boiling, its vapor pressure is P naught. P naught is the vapor pressure for the pure solvent. Here its vapor pressure it is becoming equal to the 1 atmospheric pressure at point A. It means its boiling point TB temperature, this is showing temperature at TB, its vapor pressure is P naught. Now next curve is showing, it is for solution 1. It means we have added a non-volatile solute to it. It means on adding the non-volatile solute, its temperature or boiling point will increase. If its boiling point will increase, means we have to supply more heat to it. Its temperature will increase to T1, and this is the point B. When its vapor pressure becomes equals to P naught after supplying this extra temperature to it. Next is the solution 2, in which more non-volatile solute has been added. See, this is the pure solvent. This curve is showing in which we have added a non-volatile solute, and here we have added more non-volatile solute to it. It means to make its vapor pressure equals to P naught, we have to give more temperature to it. It will be T2. It will be the highest temperature which will supply among all these three, and at this temperature T2 its vapor pressure will become equal to the vapor pressure of the pure solvent, that is P naught. Okay, so elevation of boiling point for solution 1. If we talk about solution 1, so its elevation in boiling point it is equals to T1 minus TB. TB is for pure solvent and T1 it has been elevated, the elevation in the boiling point for solution 1. So T1 minus TB, that is delta TB1. Now for solution 2, for this solution it will be T2 minus TB, that is delta TB2. Suppose this BD, which is a curve here, suppose it is a straight line and this is also a straight line CE. Then in triangle ABD, this triangle, this one ABD and this one ACE. In these two triangle, AB upon AC, it is equals to AD upon AE. Okay, AB is T1 minus TB, AC is T2 minus TB. So T1 minus TB upon T2 minus TB, it is equals to P naught minus P1 upon P naught minus P2. See this one, P naught minus P1 upon P naught minus P2. So it will be delta TB1 upon delta TB2, it is equals to delta P1 upon delta P2. From here it is showing that delta TB, it is proportional to delta P. This is important, this will use later on in the derivation also. This shows that the elevation in boiling point, it is directly proportional to the lowering in vapor pressure. Then we know that according to Raoult's law, for a dilute solution where we have ignored that small n in the denominator, P naught minus P upon P naught is equals to Wm upon Wm dash. P naught minus P, it is equals to delta P upon P naught, it is equals to W m upon Wm dash. This P will go here, P naught m. The P naught m, it will be constant for a particular solvent, its vapor pressure and its mass, it will be constant for any particular solvent. So delta P here, delta P, it is proportional to W upon Wm dash, and in that equation where we have done this, delta TB is proportional to delta P. So from there we can write delta P is proportional to delta this one. So delta TB is proportional to W upon W on this Wm dash. See, if this is 1 kg, if W is 1 kg, then W upon Wm dash, it represents the molality. Molality, we know that number of moles of solute upon mass of solvent in kg. It will represent molality. It means delta TB is proportional to small m molality. If this sign, it will be displaced by the constant, that is Kb, and this Kb is called molar elevation constant or ebuloscopic constant. This Kb, delta TB, change in temperature or boiling point, it is equals to Kb into molality. See, now for Kb, molar elevation constant Kb for a particular solvent, it can be calculated from the following relationship also. For a particular solvent, for any particular solvent, Kb is equals to mRTB square upon 1000 into delta HV, where Tb, it is the boiling point of the solvent. Delta HV, molar enthalpy of vaporization of solvent. Capital M, its molecular mass of that particular solvent, and R is the gas constant. Now see the unit of Kb. Kb means ebuloscopic constant. Delta TB is equals to Kb into M. Its unit will be Kelvin molality inverse or Kelvin kg mole inverse. Now few questions are there related to this topic only, and these questions I'll send you in WhatsApp. Thank you.